One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here, to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly chamber wrap-up, weekly catch-up. Listen, it's all family here. I am just glad you decided to join us today. Hold on, let me get my life together. My name is Nikisha Bond. I am the VP of Corporate Affairs over here at the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. And as always, we are so excited you decided to join us today. As you guys know, we are in so much excitement and crunch mode. The business summit and the casino night is just around the corner on August 22nd. And I kept telling you guys that I was going to have the speakers coming out. So I know you guys have been seeing the speakers rolling out on social media all week long. And today I've got us one of the speakers here to give us some of the lowdown. I'm so excited, you guys. Out of all the speakers that we could have gotten, I'm so excited that we got this speaker because he's doing a pitch contest, guys. That means money, 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 money. All right, so I want to go ahead and bring up Mr. Abdi. Welcome, 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 sir. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me, Nikisha. It's a pleasure to be on.
It's such a pleasure to have you on. You were telling me that you guys just finished a pitch not too long ago. You had like hundreds of people out there. How did that go?
Yeah, that went wonderful. We actually had it last night in Moreno Valley at Moreno Valley College. We had people all over the Inland Empire, as well as some guests from Orange County and LA attend as well. We had 5 founders pitch in front of the stage, and we had a lot of excitement from the community.
Oh, that is so exciting. I've been to a couple of different pitch contests and they are very exciting. When you see people up there living their dreams and like, you're just rooting for them, you want them to win. So now, for those of you who don't know, we have a business summit that's going to be coming up on August 22nd. And if you don't know about it, that's crazy because we've been talking about it so long. The industry, conquer the algorithm, scale your business. That's going to be in the morning time on Saturday. And then, of course, we have the awards dinner that's going to be happening in the evening time. But I wanted to bring Abdi up here because he has this incredible pitch competition that's going to be happening during the event. So I wanted him to tell us a little bit more about that. So go ahead, Abdi. The floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Nikisha. And before I go into the event, I would love to just introduce myself. My name is Abdi Sharif. I'm a Harvard MBA. I have a history of helping some of the largest companies in the world like Procter & Gamble, Google, and Microsoft build out technologies. And after my MBA, I went ahead and raised a $5 million fund to invest in startups founded by entrepreneurs. And so it's a pleasure for me to kind of give back to our ecosystem. Currently, I'm also working with a larger venture capital firm and a startup accelerator called Generator, where I'm the managing director across several markets and lead the one here in the Inland Empire. I've been in the SoCal area since 2013. I really believe a lot of strong founders exist in this region, and I'm trying to build this hub here in Southern California. And so it's an honor to really lead the closing event for the industry. And we'll be having a pitch competition called Pitchwell, where we'll be focused on really hearing the pitches of beauty, CPG, wellness, and lifestyle founders on stage. And I'm recruiting a really great judging panel filled with investors from the Southern California region, as well as the senior vice president of startup banking at Silicon Valley Bank as well. A few angels will be also judging as well. And so we're really looking for a fantastic event. And I know people are curious about what the prizes will look like. So we have a $25,000 expansion prize from IBC. And also we have special vacation packages as well for other winners as well. So there's a lot of opportunity to either win uh, cash prizes, expansion prizes, as well as a really cool vacation if you kind of come into our top picks based on the judging panel criteria. So it should be a really wonderful event. If you're interested in applying, feel free to hit me up. I think my details are on the flyer. But we're really looking forward to a really great event. There'll be a lot of energy in the room. And I love doing this. I love supporting Black founders. It's in my DNA. And I just want to see more Black founders win.
I love that. Oh, man, I'm so excited. So if they want to join ahead of time, what do they need to do to get started to make sure that they're a part of the pitch competition before they get there?
Yeah, for sure. So there's a website. So on pamperedsocial.com, you'll be able to actually click on the tab called events. You'll be able to see all the events happening for the industry. I'm event number 4, so you can kind of click into that, and you'll be able to also see where registration is for the event, fill those details out. Also, you can contact me, Abdi Sharif. My email is abdi.sharif, SHERIF, at KUUDRA, You can contact me there. You can also find me on LinkedIn, very accessible. Happy to set up a call with you if you have any questions about the event ahead of time, walk you through the process, walk you through all the prizes, and would love to learn more about you and your business, whether that be through the pitch competition or any other means, anything I could do to support you. I'm very big in supporting Black founders. So if I can connect you with an angel, a VC, a customer, I'm all about that.
Oh, man, I love that. And one of the things that you're saying that I think is so important is people don't realize how important it is to be in the room. So even if you're not going to be a part of the pitch contest, how important is it for them to just come and show up and be in the room and get an opportunity to meet someone like yourself?
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And not just myself, but just all the judges I'm bringing into the event. I'm bringing in very high quality judges that have a big reputation in the startup community. I'm bringing in a lot of my friends, people that I built a lot of relationships with to judge on the panel. I'm bringing in the senior vice president of startup banking at the biggest startup bank in the world to come in and judge the competition. I'm bringing in people that actually have funds available to invest in startups. And I'm bringing in people that have connections to not just local markets, but other US markets and international markets as well. So it'll be a good crowd. And I always say, you never know who you might meet. And even if that person might not be able to help you, they might have somebody in their network they can. And networks expand. It's all about the network effect. And so I always preach, you want to be in these rooms, network, get your name across, build good relationships, and ultimately only good things can come from it.
Yeah, that is so exciting. Tell me a little bit, how did you get into this world of pitch contest? And it's so very specific. Like, I'm just kind of curious about your story. Like, what got you drawn to this? I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, it's a good question. And so my earlier career was in software, building innovative tech for a lot of the biggest companies, Fortune 500 companies in the world. And I knew I wanted to not just be part of the implementation piece, but also be part of, or just understand how a successful business could be scaled. And so I went to business school naturally, and I thought I was going to be a founder myself, but I learned more about venture capital, the fuel to accelerate startup growth, and mentorship was really integral in my journey. And so I latched onto a Harvard business professor that has now started up $700 million funds. And he taught me how to raise my first fund. So from there, I got to invest in a few different startups. I helped one grow to over $1 billion business. They ended up raising $100 million in 18 months, which is super exciting. And they came from Southern California. And I did the first offsite in my home, actually. And it was about 10 people. Now they have over 300 people in the organization. And naturally, I've just been part of just building my community ecosystem. And now at Generator, I work with a lot of local startups and hopefully have that same trajectory of growth. And so I'm really passionate about that stuff. I've been serving as a judge for various pitch competitions in the region. And we also have our own at Generator as well. After every 7-week cohort accelerator program, we actually go on and have our startups pitch at a final showcase in front of the community. And I'm also connecting them with other pitch competitions in the region because, usually there's a good prize at the end of the pitch competition if you do well, right? So they can be cash prizes or even like latching on to some sort of corporate gift, or sometimes different corporations can help you in your expansion plans as well, like we have IBC doing for this pitch competition. So it's a really great opportunity to build, accelerate your business, and also connect with people that can help. We had a few investors in the room last night, and we'll have a lot of investors coming in during our August 22nd event. So it's going to be a great experience, a great way to build your network, and a great way to hopefully expand your business as well.
Man, I am so glad I had you on because I didn't realize like you've got movers and shakers in the room. Like you guys are really doing it. I am so excited. I want to be a part of the pitch competition. Oh my goodness.
Apply as well.
I can? Okay, then I'm done. Say less. I'm absolutely. So for those of who are just joining us, can you just let them know a little bit about what they can expect when they come to see us on August 22nd? You're going to be doing your pitch competition. What can they expect?
Yeah, so I'll be moderating the pitch competition. I'll do a little speech on myself, what we're trying to do for our community. And we're really laser focused for this pitch competition, since we do have a corporate sponsor on the beauty, wellness, and lifestyle category. And so we have IBC coming in, and they will be giving a prize to a winner. We'll also have other prizes like vacation packages as well for exceptional founders that do well in the pitch competition as well. And then there's an opportunity to meet 4 to 5 great investors who are going to be on the judging panel as well, that are either going to be capable of investing or have large networks that they can introduce you to invest. And then we'll also, for the top choices, we'll also have a mingling session where I'll bring in other experienced founders as well to join us in a very special kind of networking environment where it's going to be very small, very intimate. It'll be the people who we saw most potential in the pitch competition to curate those connections and build a community that supports one another.
Oh, man, that is so exciting. So everyone, I just want to say, is there anything else hold on. I see David Jackson says he wants in. So David Jackson, make sure that you are at the event on August 22nd. You can go to Pamper Social. We did put the link in the comments. You can also go to the Black Chamber of Commerce website and go ahead and sign up and make sure that you are part of this event. Even if you can't be a part of the event, you definitely want to be in the room. Like Abdi said, there's going to be so many investors there. They're going to be venture capitalists, angel investors. And when you start to know people, it grows your network. And that's what grows your net worth as well. Before we let you go, Abdi, is there anything else you want to let everyone know?
Yeah, I'm a big believer in our community. And I want to invest in more Black founders. Unfortunately, less than 2% of capital goes to Black founders and women founders as well. And so that's a big part of my mission, is to really increase the capital access for people that look like us. And so you can always reach out to me on LinkedIn. Honestly, LinkedIn is the best way. My other communication methods are kind of flooded. So keep my LinkedIn inbox pretty clean. And so you can just find me through my name, Abdi Sharif. Shoot me a message or follow request, and I'll get back to you. And I'll also share more details about the event. If you have any questions, we can always set up a virtual coffee chat. And if you're maybe a little closer to me, we can maybe get some coffee too. So never hesitate to reach out. I'm glad to be a resource, and I want to support more founders that look like us. And so I think the pitch competition that we're hosting is a great start, and it's a great opportunity for founders in the Southern California region to really get a lot of exposure to investors, other founders who are doing big things that have networks. And like you said, your network is your net worth, and I'll be bringing in a lot of my network, and hopefully that will increase everybody's net worth either immediately or sometime into the future.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Abdi. We appreciate your time. And I was going to do my breaking news thing, and I just got so excited I forgot to do it. But this was breaking news. So I hope everybody make sure that you go to the website. And Abdi, before you go, if you don't mind just throwing your information in the comment section, that way everybody can have that. And we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and I will see you guys when we get back.
Business owners are raving about the new talk show, Strictly Business with host Rich Wallace. Tune in as the top experts in business share their success stories, strategies, guidance, and advice to help you grow your business. With guests from the top companies to your favorite influencers, Strictly Business with host Rich Wallace is the show to watch for all things business. Our conversations are strictly business. We discuss new funding options, new business initiatives, best business practices, all things business explained. We provide you with the tips you need for your business, all in one morning business talk show. Be sure to tune in. Are you a business owner? Do you have a story to share? Are you able to help our audience? Then we want you on Strictly Business with host Rich Wallace. Visit the website at edgetvnetwork.net and select Be a Guest to schedule your appearance today.
All right. So if you guys got that, that was a great conversation with Abdi. He's going to be at the event on August 22nd. He actually gave me his LinkedIn, so I'm going to throw that in the chat. So if you guys want to go ahead and grab that so that you can reach out to him, especially if you're interested in the pitch competition that's going to be happening on August 22nd. That's what he was up here to talk about. He's got his venture capitalists coming out, his angel investors, and he's willing to use his network to improve your net worth, which is very, very exciting. Okay. If you're just joining us, my name is Nikisha Bond, VP of Corporate Affairs over here at the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. And we have 15 different chapters from the desert to the sea. We have mixers that are going on all month long. We have events that are going on all month long. I was telling you guys about the Business Summit. I'm going to tell you guys about that a little bit later. But let's go through some of the other events that are going to be happening in the chamber. So like I said, each of the different chapters, 15 different chapters, has an event, or we call them a mixer, once a month. And so the great thing about membership, this is honestly why I joined in membership, because I'm low-key kind of cheap. So when you tell me that I can have one membership and get access to 15 different chapters, I was like, yeah, sign me up. That makes financial sense for me. So we have the Beverly Hills chapter that's going to be happening next Wednesday. They're going to be having a great speaker come out. The thing is too small for me to read. So hopefully you can see that. If not, you can go to our website. You can go to the Facebook page. Let me go ahead and put the link up there for you. Go to the Facebook page, and then you can see the flyer a little bit bigger. My little eyes can't do that. But the Beverly Hills chapter is going to be happening next Thursday, which I think is the 20th. And then Palm Springs was last night. We have other ones that are coming up. That's why I say it's so great when you have all these different mixers that you can go to, because you really can network from the desert to the sea. So what Abdi was talking about was our event that's going to be happening on August 22nd. Listen, guys. You do not want to miss this event. We are going to be on the Queen Mary. I am so excited about that. I've never been on the Queen Mary. I've never really been much to Long Beach either. I don't really like going to LA, if I'm being honest with you. But when you tell me we're going to be on the Queen Mary, I'm going to go. I'm going to make an exception for my rule against LA traffic, and I'm going to go. We also have a dynamic singer out there. I don't know if you guys watch Love and Hip Hop. I hate to admit that I do like that, to watch that type of show. Not so much anymore, but I did watch the season when Amina was on it. And she is going to be singing at the event along with DJ Nesso. So it's going to be a great event. There's a daytime event and there's a nighttime event. So the nighttime event is going to be the casino night and the awards dinner. We're going to be awarding all these community leaders, veterans, MVPs. We have a football star coming out. Listen, the chamber be bringing out some celebrities. Now, I got to tell you, these celebrities are like, they'll come out to your event, but I'm not going to sit there and sign pictures with you. Except for Brian Hooks. He was so nice. He was so nice. He took pictures with everybody. He was so kind. He did a speech. So, some celebrities will come out and they'll do the most. And then some celebrities are like, they'll peek in and they'll leave out. So I don't know what Amina's going to do, but you need to show up so that you can find out. And you're sitting here saying, well, Nikisha, I don't know if I really want to go to the Queen Mary and just do some type of a dinner and awards. I get you. I understand. Maybe you're more on the educational side. The industry is going to be for you guys. Listen, so many dynamic speakers coming up. There's a pitch competition. If you guys go back to the beginning of the podcast, you can see we were talking to Abdi. He's bringing out such a huge network. I am so glad. Out of all the speakers that I could get, I was so glad that I got him, because I've actually done a pitch competition before. It was so much fun. It was at MSJC. It was so great to see these kids with their business ideas and just seeing the hope and the excitement in their eyes. Man, there's just really nothing like that. And so all types of businesses, let me go ahead and put that up because David Jackson asked what type of businesses can participate in the pitch competition. Thank you so much, Deborah, for her great listening ears. All types of businesses, David Jackson. So I did put in Abdi's contact information in the comments. So make sure that you go to his LinkedIn so that you can sign up for the pitch competition. Let me put the flyer up. I don't know if you guys can see it. So you can pitch your company with money in the room. But listen, even if you're not going to pitch, hear me, be in the room. You need to be in the room. Why? Because it's not just what you know, it's who you know. And there are doors right now that are closed. And if you were to meet the right person, that person can just open the door like that. I've seen it happen so many times. That's part of the reason why I got with the chamber. Because honestly, when you call somebody and you say, hey, I'm with the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, your call gets picked up, your call gets answered. City officials say something to you. It opens so many doors. So I started to see that just because you are great in your industry and you do really great things, and that's great. When you really have a network of people behind you and a name behind you, it can open so many doors. So August 22nd, let me go ahead and put the banner down at the bottom so you guys can make sure that you go get your tickets. You can go on pamperedsocial.com if you want to sign up for the pitch competition. But even if you don't want to do any of that, be in the room, okay? I cannot say enough that you need to be in the room because it is so important. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of the other events that we have going on. Okay, so I think I beat into your brain, August 22nd, make sure that you're in the room. Okay, what else we have is the 4th annual Inland Empire Black Health and Fitness Expo. We are still seeking panel participants. And like I say, a lot of the reason why I joined the chamber was for access to platforms. A lot of people say, how do people get onto these platforms? How do they get to know these people? That's why if you guys look in the beginning, I'm like, Abdi, how did you get to do this? 1, he went to Harvard. 2, he cultivated a network. 3, he followed up with that network and he just got engaged into his community. And sometimes people don't know how much you know until they know how much you care. So getting onto panels like this and showing your expertise, showing what you can do, being in the room and being on the stage in the room, then people are like, oh, who is that? I want to make sure that I get her name. I want to make sure I get his name. I want to make sure I get to know them. So you definitely want to make sure that you are in the room for this. You guys can reach out to Lou and she will help you with that. Okay, what else do we have? Ooh, yes, we also have our fashion show. I think they're going to be doing another model casting call. So if you guys missed it, I think on July 18th, they had the models come out. I think they're going to do another one. I can't remember the date she told me because the actual fashion show isn't until October 3rd, but we are doing casting calls. So we do have our designers already set up. And again, this is what the chamber does. We provide platforms so that if you are a designer, you now can have a fashion show. If you are a model, you can be in the fashion show. This is all about business. This is all about networking. This is all about connecting. You can't do it on your own. You cannot build an empire on your own. I wish you could. I wish you could, right? I wish we could take AI and just build our own empire in our own little silo and never have to talk to anybody. Dreams, right? Dreams. But the truth is that you're going to need people. Who's got my money? People got your money. So you need to make sure that you are in the room. Another event that we have coming up, you're like, Nikisha, are there more? Yes, there's more because we have 15 different chapters from the desert to the sea. So we are always doing something exciting. So Barstow is actually having their 2nd annual awards banquet. Charlotte is the president out there in Barstow. Let me tell you guys, you need to get your tickets for this now. Barstow is on fuego. Let me tell you right now, Barstow does not play. Barstow does not play at all. This event will absolutely be sold out. It was sold out last year. They were having to bring in chairs. They were having to move people around because so many people showed up. Out there in Barstow, they are building a Black business community like you would never believe. And you would think like Barstow, who's out in Barstow? What are they doing out there in Barstow? They are making moves because they realize that together we are very powerful, right? And if you go to each of the different chapters and maybe you're meeting 10 people over here, 15 people over here, times 15, 10 times 15, that's 150 people a month. Think of how your network can change. And maybe not all of those people are going to change your life. I get it. Okay. I understand that. But one might. You might go somewhere and one might, right? Deborah, thank you, Deborah. People got your money. So there could be just one person out there who's got your money, who's ready to help you take it to the next level. And it's your job and your responsibility to go and find those people. I wish they would just come to you. Why don't they just come to your door and be like, I'm here to make you rich? Hey, listen, though, if it does happen to you, leave it in the comments because I need to know what you're doing so I can have that happen to me as well. Okay, let me go ahead and, oh, you know what, guys? We do have some more events. I was trying to put up the different flyers and I got distracted like I normally do. Deborah will always tell you, she'll always telling me, stay focused, Nikisha, stay focused. So I forgot to put up the MLK flyers, but we do have an MLK event that's happening in January that you need to make sure that you get signed up for because this is an extravagant event. It starts on the 16th where we have our Service Gala Awards and it goes all the way to actual Martin Luther King Day, which is on the, hold on, let me pull up the flyer because I don't remember off the top of my head, which is on the 18th, Monday the 18th. And that's going to be all of the schools in San Bernardino. We had the high school out there. We had the middle school out there. We had the ROTC people out there. We had everybody out there marching in this parade in San Bernardino. And I can't remember how many years that we were doing it, but we were doing it, 7 years. We've been doing it for 7 years, actually longer than that, but we took a big pause and people in San Bernardino are like, why don't you come back? So it's so good to see everybody come out and have a great time in the parade. If you're a business and maybe you want to get a car in the parade, I got to ride on one of those float parades in the car and wave like that. It was so much fun. People were like cheering for me like I was a celebrity. That was so much fun. So you can definitely do that with your business. So make sure that you get signed up for the Martin Luther King Day celebration, extravaganza, parade, service dinner. And what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that you need to join the chamber. You need to get involved. I know you've been sitting on the sidelines. I know you've been looking around and it's kind of like double dutch and you're waiting. Like, when do I get my chance to get in? When do I start? How do I know? You start now. You start where you are. You get involved because let me tell you, it literally will change your life. So there's a QR code, scan it, become a member. And when you do, reach out to me, Nikisha Bond at blackchamberofcommerce.org. Let me know that you're a member. I want to sit down with you. I want to help you strategize your business. You guys know I'm a consultant. I help with business operations. We are here to help our members. I can tell you, you can reach the people that we have on our board. Let me just tell you, the people that we have on our board would blow your mind. It would blow your mind. The connections that they have, the people that we're able to bring out would absolutely blow your mind. So you have 15 different chapters with all of these dynamic, courageous, exciting leaders that are out here changing the world. And I got to tell you, one of the things that I love about times like these, when we're in turmoil and everybody's kind of scared, is that when you're brave and you go out there, the competition is so low. Because everybody over there, they're scared. They're afraid. They're not doing anything. They're packing up shop. They're closing things down. They're hunkering in. I'm afraid things are going to happen. Now is your time to be bold. Now is your time to be courageous. Because when everybody is pulling back, that's when you go forward. When everyone is retreating, you're going to march right into the fire. Because I can tell you, so many fortunes have been made when everybody else was too afraid. I tell my husband all the time, go on Facebook Marketplace, see what people are selling their equipment because they need the money because they're afraid about the future. See what people are getting rid of stuff that they normally would be charging thousands and thousands of dollars for, but because they're afraid and they don't know what to do, they're going to give it to you at a discount. I want you guys to march forward. I want you to march into your future. Y'all, I'm so excited. I got to calm down. So we're going to take a quick commercial break and then I will be back to close us out.
Good news for the Southern California business community. Now you can add your business to the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce Business Directory complimentary. We have been working tirelessly to build a list of Black-owned enterprises in Southern California. This is an excellent way for you to be a part of an expansive network and find your ideal customers, business partners, and vendors. So don't waste time. Visit blackchamberofcommerce.org today and add your business today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our weekly Chamber podcast. I'm Nikisha Bond, VP of Corporate Affairs over here at the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce. So excited you decided to join us today. Listen, we have about 21 minutes. So if you have something you want to talk about, leave it in the comments. You know, I always meant for this to be a live show. My dream was that people would call in and we would just chit chat about business and I would be able to help you guys, but nobody calls, nobody chimes in. But if you have something, leave it in the comments and I will be happy to talk about it. I can talk about anything. If you know me in real life, I can talk about anything for any amount of time all day long. So please leave it in there. But without anybody telling me what to do and Nikisha Bond just being able to make it up on her own, we're going to talk about an MVP. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Lean Six Sigma, which is what my background is, people always say, Nikisha, you say you're a consultant of what? My background is in Lean Six Sigma, which is a fancy way of saying that I'm a professional problem solver, right? So basically Lean is a bunch of tools that you use in order to help you solve problems. And they're really used in like the manufacturing organizations. They're used in like airplanes, because these are things that have to run the right way all the time, every time. And so Lean is really just a bunch of tools that you use in order to solve different problems that you have. And one of them that they came out with was when the tech industry first started, they had this thing called, there was a book that came out, it was called Lean Startup. And the idea behind it was, instead of building the whole big tech infrastructure, you're going to build what they call an MVP. And then you're going to take that, an MVP stands for minimum viable product. And so you're going to take that MVP and then you're going to take it out to market. And you're going to see what people say about it. You're going to get feedback from people. It's not going to be the full thing. It's going to be in some sort of a testing type phase. So what does that look like? So maybe you have a product, but all you have is a prototype. So you don't have anything you can sell, but you have a prototype that you can show people. That would be an MVP. Maybe you have a website, right? And you have all these designs that you want to sell, but you don't have a manufacturer and you can't actually, nobody can click on your website and buy anything, but you're getting all of the designs put up on the website and you're clicking to see like who's interested. So people will click on it and say, oh, this is not available. Tell me, notify me. So that way you can get the data to find out which ones are people clicking on. That would be considered an MVP. So things like that are minimum viable products. So you create your minimum viable product and then you go and you take it out to market. And this right here is, I think, the difference between business owners that move forward and business owners that stay stuck. A lot of people feel very uncomfortable taking an unfinished product out to market. I totally understand. I get that, because it's not finished. It's not your best work. So you want to make sure, oh, Deborah has a question. Okay, let's pause, right? We're going to focus on the people who are asking the questions, and we're going to come back to my story. So just remember that we left off at minimum viable product. Deborah said, did you speak about placing ads in the program book for the various events, business summit, parade, extravaganza, and golf tournament? I did not, Deborah. Thank you so much for reminding me. Listen, the chamber is multifaceted. We can do so many different things. Just like I can pivot off one subject, answer Deborah's question, and go back to my training, that's what the chamber can do. So we also have ads that you can put in any of our program books. And you guys, I just found this out today. I wrote it down today because I just found out, you guys know I'm into Post-its. Rich just told me that he's giving away free quarterly newspaper ads to members and non-members. Okay, listen. I don't know why he said non-members, but that's what he said. Okay, we're just going to honor what he said. He's going to do it, so that's what he's going to do. So listen, if you guys want to if you have an ad for your business and you want to put it in our newsletter that goes out to tens of thousands of people, it's free for right now. Okay, listen, he's going to change his mind soon, because once he realized that he said non-members in there, I'm sure he's going to change his mind. But while he said that, let's take advantage of it. Okay, so please email support@blackchamberofcommerce.org. info@blackchamberofcommerce.org. You can email me at blackchamberofcommerce.org. Email your ad to someone and we will put it in our newsletter. If you guys go to the website, you can click on newsletter and you can see our most recent newsletter. And the next one's going to be coming out in September. So flashing. Thank you, Deborah. Hold on. Let's do this. Thank you, Deborah, for that. Let's do this first. We're going to do this. Hold on. It wasn't as exciting. Breaking news. Free quarterly ads in the newsletter for members and non-members for now. Okay, listen, get your things in. Thank you so much for that, Deborah. Okay, anybody else have anything else you want to talk about? Leave it in the comments and we'll get off the training and we'll go to your question and then we'll get back on the training. Let's get back to the training. So I was telling you guys that MVP comes from the tech world. They have a book called Lean Startup. Talks about taking an MVP, putting it out to market. We're talking about where people get a little tension because it's uncomfortable. You see, I just rolled right back into that. You guys, I feel like we should have thousands of people watching with how quickly I was able to make that transition. Anyways, focus, Nikisha, focus. So you have an MVP and you put it out to market. And yes, it's not completely finished, but what you tell people is that you want to customize it and make it perfect for them. You don't want to just build whatever you think it is. I'm going to build it and then they will come. No. I want to know what you guys think about it. What can be improved on it? What's missing that I don't see? I'll give you a great example. So there was this company, I can't remember what they were called originally, but they had this photo sharing app where you could go and you could take photos of like places that you have been. It was kind of based on Foursquare, which I never used, so I don't really know how that worked anyway. And they found that people actually weren't using it the way that they had intended it. But what they saw that people really liked the picture component, right? They would go into where people were taking pictures and just kind of watch the grid of pictures. Do you know what that company is called today? Instagram. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Instagram today is not the Instagram that started with. It started with something completely different. And that's because they had this lean startup mentality, which is I'm going to build an MVP of what I think the customer wants. And then I'm going to give it to the customer. And I'm actually going to see what does the customer do with it? Do they like it? What is their response? I'll give you an example of one of the things that we did in our business. So and I've told this story before, so if you've already heard it, sorry, I'm going to say it again. In our business, we sell synthetic turf. And back in the old days, nobody had a synthetic turf. So selling the synthetic turf was like this really great thing. Then it became really popularized and everybody started selling synthetic turf. So we started losing a lot of business. And I was like, well, why? And so this is part of that MVP. So this is the thing where it's like, okay, I want to build something new. I'm not quite sure how. How do I find the answers to the questions that I have, which is, why are my customers not buying from me? Why did they used to buy turf and now they're not buying turf? So when I started asking people, that was the process. I just asked the customers. When we got to know, it was like, okay, I understand. Can you let me know why? Was it the price? Was it the this? Was it that? And I asked probably like 10 to 20 customers. You need 25 to have a good sample size. And thank you, Deborah. It was called Bunrin, BRBN. That was the thing that was before Instagram. And so when we started talking to the customers, they were like, well, you don't do anything else. And I was like, oh, well, we could just do something else. So then the next customer, I'm like, we do turf and we do this and this and this. And they're like, okay, great. That's great because you solved a problem for us. And that's really what this whole MVP process is about, right? Because what are people really buying from you? What are they buying? Are they buying your brand? Are they buying your name? Are they buying this? What are they really buying? Solutions. That's what we were missing, right? Yes, you do turf, but it had turned into a commodity. Everybody did turf. What they wanted was for us to solve their problem. What was their problem? Now that I have a backyard that I'm going to get turf in, I got to have somebody do the concrete. I got to have somebody do the walls. I got to have somebody do this. I got to have somebody do that. And I don't want to coordinate all these people. So what would actually solve my problem is somebody who did turf and they did other things. And poof, that's where the company went. So that's what the process of an MVP is about. It's about having a concept, an idea of what you want to do. Then you want to take that concept, that idea out to market, and you want to actually find out, will people pay for this? Will they pay for this? And if they're not going to pay for what you built, what will they pay for? Because now that you got them out there and they've already said no, now you can find out, well, what would make you say yes? And a lot of people miss this because it's low-key uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. It's so uncomfortable to talk to people after they already told you no. You got to have a big stomach because sometimes the things they say are not nice. They are not helpful and they do not progress the conversation forward. However, as business owners, we got to have thick skin, right? We got to go out there and ask the uncomfortable questions. That's why we get paid the big bucks, because we go out there and we ask the uncomfortable questions. So you have to be willing to go out there and say, I don't have all the answers. That's what an MVP is. I don't have all the answers. I just have this idea, this framework that I think would be great. Now I'm going to take that out to market. I'm going to see, is somebody going to give me $1 for that? You going to pay me for this? And if people are like, no, I'm not going to pay you for that. Well, why won't you pay me? And what will you pay me for? That's the question I need to ask as a business owner, because I got to figure it out. And so when you start to look at your business through this MVP landscape, this is going to help you to get new offers out to people, right? Because you can be just testing something. You can have something in your business where you're like, okay, right now we're sitting up here and we're saying we're transitioning from the type of business that we did before, heavy duty landscape construction. Now we're going to go into turf maintenance. Okay, so now we're doing a whole different thing. So we come up with a whole turf maintenance company. We start looking around. We start looking at all these things. And now we're going out to market. Is everything done? No, we went out to market before the website's done, before we had all the verbiage together, before we even had all the pricing figured out. We just wanted to see, is there a market? Then you start to get some results. Then you start to get some no's. Then you start to figure out these things. And as you're getting all of this data, you're refining it. So once I started getting some no's, once we started getting some ads, once we started getting some feedback, then I was able to adjust the website, adjust this, change the pricing, change the marketing, change the branding, change the website, change this, change that, until things actually start working. So I want you to start looking at these new offers that you're doing for your business as a scientist in a lab trying to figure out what works. Don't assume that you know what works, and don't assume that somebody else knows what works for you. Go and figure it out. What will people actually pay for? That is such a powerful tool for you to have in your tool belt. And it's going to make you so much more confident as a business owner to really double down on what's working. This is the same thing that it goes in the ad space. If you're thinking about running ads for your business, one of the things that people do is they go and they start immediately paying money for ads. No. You don't do that. No. Why? Because you don't know what ad people actually are responding to. Nikisha, how would I find that out? First, you're going to go ahead and put out organic content. And then you're going to take the organic content that does well, and you're going to optimize that. Because what you found out is that if I put out 20 pieces of content, and this piece of content, right, all things being equal, right, because they're all out on the platform, I didn't put any money on any of them, all things being equal, this one actually did really, really well. Once you put money behind that, it's going to do extraordinarily well, because you know that out of all the 20 pieces of content, this is the best one. Because you have the data that shows you that, or 25 pieces of content. You have the data that shows you that. So that's why I want you guys to start to develop this lean mentality. I don't want you to feel like you need to have all of the answers. I want you to feel like you can have a concept. You can take that concept out to market, and you can see if people will pay you for it. One person saying that they're going to pay you for it is way better of a data point than having an idea in your head that you've never vetted with anybody. I know, so that stung some people the wrong way. So let me hold your hand when I say this, because I love you when I say this. I love you. That's why I'm saying this, because I love you. People got your money. People are going to pay what brings them value, and they don't care what you think about it. That's okay. It's okay. I love you. Hugs and kisses. I love you guys. Listen, they don't care. And if you cannot care so much, right? And I know you care. Of course you care. It's your baby. This is your baby. You've been working on this. You've been putting your blood, sweat, and tears in this. Do you know how much money I put in this, Nikisha? Do you know how much time I put in this, Nikisha? Do you know what I have sacrificed for this? I do. I hear you. I hear you. And I'm not even telling you to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm telling you to just build the minimum viable product that you can, and just take it out to market as many times as you can to get as much feedback as you can, so that you can fix it in-house and finally bring a product out to market that people are willing to pay you for. Maybe your price isn't right. Maybe you need to try a couple of different price points. Sometimes you need to price it way higher than what you have right now. Yes, maybe you need to triple your prices so that when you go down to the price that you have right now, people feel like they're getting a deal. Price, perception. You have to try all of these things out, because depending on what type of business that you're running is going to depend on their perception. And I'm going to land with this. I'll give you a great example about price not being real and it being like kind of a crazy thing. When I was president of the Temecula chapter, I've been with the chamber for a long time, over a decade. When I was president of the chamber, the Temecula chapter, I was meeting people, and I met this guy at a winery. We were at, what was that winery called? It started with an S. I can't remember the name. Anyways, so we were on this winery in Temecula. My friend was making oxtails for an event that he was doing. So he brought oxtails in, and we were charging $10 at the door. And I had this lady come up to me, and she just looked at me with like this concerned look on her face. Like, is it okay to eat the oxtails? And I'm like, why? Yeah, of course it's okay. She's like, I don't know. It's like $10. You guys are at a winery with oxtails. Like, I thought I would pay like $50 for that. And I was like, ooh, look at how you can be in the best circumstances with the best food, thinking that you're giving somebody a deal. And they're sitting over here like, is that safe to eat? I don't know. Is it going to break down? I don't know. So this is for somebody out there who might need to raise their prices. If you have been thinking about raising your prices, Spirit guys have told me you need to raise your prices, because you might have so much value that the fact that you're undercutting your prices is actually hurting you in the marketplace. Because someone's like, I would just assume I'd be paying a lot more for that. That's weird. So I'm saying all that to say, I don't know where that came from, guys. I have no idea where. I feel like a tarot reader right now. Like the spirits just told me that. But that was for somebody. That message is for you. And if it wasn't, leave it there. That's what the tarot girls say. Anyways, I'm saying that get your minimum viable product, take it out to market, see what people say, revise, repeat, rinse and repeat. Don't feel like you need to build everything. Build what you can, get it out to marketplace, see if people give you $1 for it. You're going to find out so much information. And you might even find out, I don't even like this business. I don't even like what I got to do for this business. I don't like the feedback, and nobody's actually really interested in it. You could be like Instagram. Now, you doing that testing, I can promise you this. You will find the answers. If you don't quit, you will find the answers, because when you knock, the door is answered. When you seek, you will find. And when you ask, it will be answered for you. This is Nikisha Bond signing off today for our weekly chamber podcast. This has been fun, guys. Thank you so much, Miss Deborah. I appreciate you and all of the comments. It's so much fun when we do it together. Thank you so much, Abdi. Oh my gosh, you guys, make sure that you are at the pitch competition because these are the rooms that I am so excited. I did not know all of these people were going to be in the rooms, and we've been looking for investors in our business. So I don't care. Like, I don't need to be in the pitch competition. I need to be in the room. You need to be in the room. So I will see you guys next Wednesday at 5 o'clock. And until then, I hope that you guys are well. See you guys next time. Bye.
One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.